One has to be light to oneself.
Go on.
And you cannot possibly depend on anyone. You cannot have light from another. It cannot be lit by whoever it is, God or by saviors and Buddhas. It cannot be handed down to another. One has to be totally, completely alive to oneself. It doesn't mean selfishly. It doesn't mean egotistic, egocentric activity. On the contrary, to be light oneself means the understanding of oneself so completely that in that understanding there is no distortion of what one is.
Well, do you mean then that none of us needs any of this teaching handed down to us, that we can all discover these things for ourselves?
It is certain that every man is the story of mankind. Obviously. And if one knows how to read oneself, the story of oneself, which is very complex, which needs a great deal of attention, a mind that doesn't distort facts, what is actually seen, that such an attentive, sensitive awareness, that's easy to cultivate, easy to have, then one can read about oneself without any illusion.
But there's a fine line, I think, separating what you say about that attention from what we do most of the time, which is to concentrate on ourselves.
Oh, that is merely egocentric activity.
Well, indeed, of course it is, but then we are egocentric.
So, as we are egocentric, and that's creating havoc in the world, why don't we realize the mischief that we are bringing?
Well, that's a question I should ask you. Why don't we realize it?
Either we are totally indifferent to the world, what is happening, or we are so consumed by our own desires and pleasures, it doesn't matter what happens, as long as we fulfill.